Lagos was a city of stories, some whispered, some shouted, and some buried so deep that only ghosts could dig them up. Amaka had buried hers. Or so she thought. By all standards, she was a woman to be envied. She had a flourishing fashion empire, a husband, Femi, who adored her, and 2 beautiful kids. People saw her as a perfect Lagos big woman, graceful, elegant, untouchable. But perfection is a fragile thing. And AMAKA'S was about to shatter. One humid afternoon, AMAKA was in her boutique when a man walked in. He had the tired look of someone who had seen too much of life. But his eyes held something dangerous. "Madam, good afternoon," he said, smiling, though it never reached his eyes. "Good afternoon. How may I help you?" she asked, already sensing something was off. The man chuckled. "Oh, so you don't remember me, Adana?" The name hit her like a slap. No one had called her that in 10 years. She forced a smile. "I'm sorry, you must have the wrong person." The man's smirk deepened. "It's me, Chijioke. From Onitsha. From before you became Lagos, madam." AMAKA'S mouth went dry. Her past had found her. "You're mistaken," she said, turning away. But Chijioke stepped closer and placed a folded paper on the counter. "Call me in 24 hours, or I start talking." And just like that, he walked out, leaving behind the smell of cheap perfume and the weight of 10 years of secrets. That night, AMAKA sat in the guest room, staring at the phone. She knew she should tell Femi, but how? "Baby, are you okay?" Femi asked as he walked in. She forced a smile. "Just tired, love. Work stress." Femi kissed her forehead. "Maybe you should take a break. Let's travel." Travel? She couldn't. She had to fix this. Once Femi left, she dialed the number. Chijioke answered immediately. "Oh, finally. I was beginning to think you wanted trouble." "What do you want?" she asked, her voice tight. 5 million naira. Oma. Maybe. But Lagos people love gist. Imagine how they'll react when they hear that Madam Amaka Styles used to be a street girl in Onitsha. "Oh, and let's not forget why you really ran away." Her hands turned to ice. "You have 48 hours. The line went dead. The next day, Amaka called Ife, her only friend who knew her past. "Ife, I need help," she said, pacing her bedroom. Ife sighed. "What happened?" "Chijioke found me. He wants money." "That bastard. You can't pay him, Amaka. He'll keep coming back." "So what do I do?" Ife was silent for a moment. Then she said, "We'll set him up." Amaka arranged a meeting with Chijioke in a quiet part of Ikeja. He arrived, looking smug. "You brought my money?" he asked. She handed him a bag. The moment he opened it, police officers surrounded him. "Chijioke, you are under arrest for blackmail and extortion." He laughed as they grabbed him. "Oh, Adana. You think you're smart?" They dragged him to the police van. Amaka exhaled. It was over. Or so she thought. 2 hours later, she received a call from the police station. "Madam, you need to come." "There's a problem," the officer said. Her heart pounded as she arrived at the station. She barely had time to ask what was going on when she saw Chijioke, looking relaxed, sipping a bottle of Coke. The officer in charge cleared his throat. "Madam, we have to release him." "What?" Chijioke grinned. "Tell her why, officer." The officer looked uncomfortable. "He showed us some things. He has evidence against you." Amaka's vision blurred. "What kind of evidence?" The officer hesitated, then handed her a phone. She pressed play. And there it was. A grainy video, but clear enough to recognize her younger self. A much wilder version of herself, standing over a man who wasn't moving. Her breath caught. She barely remembered that night. It was after one of those crazy fights in Onitsha. She had. "You see, Adana," Chijioke whispered, leaning in, "you don't just owe me money. You owe me your freedom." Amaka had no choice but to bail him out. When she got home, Femi was waiting. "Where have you been?" he asked. His voice was calm, but his eyes weren't. "Just business matters," she lied. But before she could move, Femi threw a file on the table. Pictures. Screenshots. A full background check on Adana from Onitsha. Amaka's blood ran cold. "Who is Adana?" Femi asked, his voice now deadly. The walls were closing in. And for the first time in 10 years, Amaka realized she was losing control. To be continued.